Hey, welcome to WatchMojo.com. I'm your host Marisa, and today we're tackling the 7 holy virtues. Now, while we might be more familiar with the 7 deadly sins, we all have a good side that keeps us balanced, and the movies are no exception. So let's take a look at some popular movies and the virtues they try to represent. Faith. Faith implies a transpersonal rather than interpersonal relationship with God or a higher power. The object of faith can be a person, as is the case with Dead Man Walking. In the movie Dead Man Walking, the convicted murderer writes to a nun seeking help and guidance. And while she stays with him in his final moments, she reaches out to him spiritually and acts as his guide to salvation. Hope. Hope is an emotional belief in the possibility of positive outcomes related to events and circumstances within one's personal life. Hope implies a certain amount of perseverance. The perfect example of hope is in The Shawshank Redemption. Andy is sent to prison for the murder of his wife and her lover. And while he starts out alone, he comes to realize that there is one thing people can't touch, and that is hope. And according to Andy, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things. Charity means selfless giving. Now every year, families gather around the TV to watch A Christmas Carol. And while A Christmas Carol might not be the first movie that comes to mind for charity, think about it. At the beginning of the movie, Scrooge starts off as a miser, but in the end, he does change his ways and he seizes the opportunity for redemption. Prudence. Prudence is the exercise of sound judgment in practical affairs and is often associated with wisdom. Now anyone could give advice in the movies. Think about it. Q from James Bond, Alfred in Batman, but the prime example of prudence is Yoda in Star Wars. Temperance is the practice of moderation. Now while The Godfather might not seem like the perfect example, hear me out. Michael comes back from the war and all he wants to do is lead a normal life, while his father wants him to take over the business. So he becomes the head of the family, but he doesn't overindulge in the finer things the mob life has to offer. Fortitude is known as strength or courage. Now we looked for fortitude in the movie Gladiator. Maximus's wife and son are killed and Maximus is forced into slavery. He uses his strength, both literally and figuratively, to rise to the top and take back what was originally given to him. Justice. Justice is the moderation between selfishness and selflessness, treating all people equally to oneself and to each other. In the movie Aaron Brockovich, the title character selflessly takes on a case against a multi-billion-dollar industry on behalf of a small town and seeks justice for their illegal actions.